ATV Jackson.
Going up against Washington State, Tennessee fans were hoping for some good news. But it appears this season no news is good news. The Vols were hoping to bounce back into their winning ways, but it was the Cougars who got all the bounces and breaks, except for one record-breaking performance by the Vols. We'll have that and much more here on Big Orange Sunday.
The UTV Network presents Big Orange Sunday with your host, football coach of the University of Tennessee, Johnny Majors, and the voice of the Vols, John Ward, with comments from former Sugar Bowl MVP Darrell Dickey, features from UTV reporters, and interviews in the Vol locker room by Greg Peterson. Brought to you by Budweiser, proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. This Bud's for you. By the Big Orange Ford dealers of Tennessee, where you can get America's best-built, best-selling cars and trucks. By St. Mary's Medical Center in Knoxville, caring for you anytime with total health care. By the natural gas utilities and pipeline companies throughout Tennessee. And by First American, Tennessee's bank, where banking is still a people business.
Big Orange Sunday, brought to you in part by Modern Office Systems, Auto Bumpers Incorporated, and by Kent Chevrolet.
The Clydesdales, the symbol of Budweiser quality. Of Beechwood aging, the choicest natural ingredients, and a genuine commitment to freshness and taste. One beer lives up to all this. Budweiser.
This is John Ward with a word about the economic impact of the beef industry in Tennessee. Agriculture is the volunteer state's #1 industry, and beef leads the way. In fact, Tennessee ranks 10th in the nation in beef cattle production, and the beef business means nearly $500 million a year to our state's economy. Beef, good news for Tennesseans who eat. This message brought to you by the 74,000 proud cattle producers in Tennessee.
At First American, we're committed to one thing: making sure we give you the very best service possible. We want your banking business, but we don't expect you to just give it to us. We expect to earn it. That's why all of us at every First American bank are working very hard to make sure that banking is still a people business.
When they're already the best-selling cars in America and the best-built American cars, you don't stop trying. At Ford, you just keep making them better.
Winning the world over.
With 3.9 financing or cash back on Ford Escort, EXP, and Festiva. Either way, you win.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Big Orange Sunday begins in the dressing room Saturday after Tennessee is defeated by Washington State by a score of 52-24. Coach Johnny Majors, let's talk a little bit about, is there a turning point, or what set the tone for this Washington State victory?
I don't think there was a turning point, John, in a game where we were whipped as bad as we were today, and to single out any one or two turning points. I felt like going to the ball game that our best chances to win the game was for us to win the kicking game going away, and I thought we had a chance to have a better kicking game considerably than they did. I also felt like at the other area that was very important, all other things being equal, watching them coming in and knowing about us, was for us to have some semblance of better ball control. And we had physical practices last week. We had some of the most spirited, best practices we've had. Great attitude, but we got whipped everywhere you could, and particularly got whipped up front. And starting the game, our first series kind of set the tempo. We didn't make a first down. I had to punt. We didn't make a first down the next one and the next one. And then we had to change and go into throwing the ball a lot more than what you'd like to have against a team like that. It puts too much burden on strictly the passing game. You're one-dimensional. You don't run enough minutes off the clock. and it puts a lot of load on everybody.
And that's exactly what happened as we're set now to watch Tennessee against Washington State on Big Orange Sunday. As Washington State has the football, this is John Wood with Darrell Dickey sending the play-by-play action. Tennessee unable to move in its first possession, as Coach Majors just told you. And so Washington State, after the punt, has it first down, 10 to go. Good field position at the Cougar 38-yard line. Tennessee in orange jerseys, and Washington State wearing the white jerseys, their colors scarlet and gray. And breaking the middle and running forward, Broussard, the only running back, basically the sole running back, so to speak, in the offense set up by this Washington State team. As you see, they have 3 wide receivers to the left side, one of them a man in motion back to the interior, as the pass downfield is incomplete. It was intended for Stallworth, and so it will be third down and 5 yards to go at the 43. Pass complete. This one to Wellsant, and he moves forward for a gain of 14 yards.
John, coming into the game, all the coaches were very impressed with this offense and this quarterback. A lot of touch, a lot of composure, and it's just one of the many examples we'll see this afternoon.
And so it will be first down 10, Washington State in a 0-0 game. And there you see the running of Broussard, who's averaging over 150 yards per game, as Washington State comes in 2-1 to this contest with wins on the road at Illinois and Minnesota. Rolling left, the quarterback Rosenball, and he is sacked. This is Tracy Hayward.
Well, a really nice job by Tracy right here. We have the play action to the left. Tracy saw him on the right-hand side of the screen. Now he comes back, plays off the blocker, forces the quarterback to scramble, gets his hands on him, wraps him up for the sack.
And so the sack by Hayworth makes it second down and 15 yards to go. Rosenball, wearing number 3, 6'2", a junior, started 11 games last year in his sophomore season. Rosenball with time, on target. This time the diving catch is made by Wood. That's Victor Wood, and it will be third down 2. Up the middle, the running back, this time it's Swinton, number 33. He'll alternate with number 31, Broussard. It's first down at the 20-yard line for the Cougars. 0-0 the score. Rosenball's pass, it's complete. This is Swinton making the catch. He gains 6 yards as he's knocked down by Klein at the Volunteer 14. Second down 4. That's Broussard back in there at the running back position through the right side of the line for a first down at the 9-yard line. It's first and goal, 0-0, as this the first possession by Washington State, who stopped Tennessee in its first possession and forced a punt. Deflection this time by Hayworth. Let's take a second look.
Another nice job by Tracy on this one. A quick set by the quarterback, throwing the short flat route to the left. Tracy reads it, gets his hand up, and deflects the ball.
So the pass is incomplete, and State will have its second down goal at the Tennessee 9 in the first quarter. Flip pass this time complete. That's the tight end Wellsant. Keep in mind, on some occasions, they have 5 receivers. 3 wideouts, the tight end, this time lined up to the right side. The pass into the end zone, touchdown, Stallworth.
Well, it's a nice execution by reading our blitz and picking it up in the middle. Have 3 receivers to the left side. The outside 2 run vertical routes. The inside guy runs a short out route to the outside. Very hard to cover by the inside man on man-to-man coverage, as you can see there.
So it's 6-0 Washington State with the extra point up, and this one is good by Hanson. And so the score is 7-0 with 8:49 to go in the first quarter. State on top. Tennessee takes the next kickoff, unable to move, so here's Elmore punting. 3 downs and a punt, and this will be Wood under the ball. Making the catch for Washington State. Looks for running room, doesn't find much, and so he's going to be dropped. And there you see the penalty markers flying, and it will be a penalty coming up against Washington State. 15 yards for clipping, moving the ball back down to the State 19-yard line, at which point it will be first down and 10. State leading 7-0. Rosenball's pass complete. This will be Stallworth. Breaking back on the cutback into the interior, fumbles the ball. It bounces up. He scoops it and goes 81 yards to score. And Washington State leads 13-0.
Well, I tell you, when the bounces don't go your way, they sure don't right here. Nice job of execution. They got a little crossing route coming to the weak side of the field underneath all 3 of those receivers. Stallworth catches it. It's coming up the sideline right here. He makes a cut right here, splits our safety. We get a hand in and strips the ball out, but the ball takes a great bounce for him right back up into his hands, and he sprints it on into the end zone.
So Stallworth caps the drive of 81 yards in a single play, and it was a touchdown strike as the extra point by Hanson is up, and it is good. And there you see Washington State at the end of the first quarter leading Tennessee by a score of 14-0. Washington State's defense stopped the balls, and their offense took over.
Well, that's true. What our offense has done, we took the ball at the opening of the game on the kickoff, 3 downs and punt, 2 consecutive times. Washington State, with their offense, drove down one time and got a touchdown. The second time hit us with the big play. We have to keep the ball in our hands and make some first downs.
So Tennessee is behind by 14-0 in the first quarter. A mountain to climb for the Volunteers. Good things will happen for Tennessee fans. We'll take a look here in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Lisa Moore for Auto Bumper Company, your truck accessory superstore. If you're tired of that plain Jane look for your truck, we have most anything you want to customize it. Bed liners, rails, running boards, bumpers, grills, sliding rear windows, sunroofs, row bars, wheels and tires. Why, whatever you want, we've got a catalog just full of items. Come and see us, 204 East Chester, downtown Jackson.
An octopus, because...
An octopus?
Yeah, his hands were all over her. I couldn't get him off.
I had some popcorn last night, and she turned over and said, Ken, it's getting pretty loud.
If you let him off the floor, maybe he wouldn't snore.
That's right. Tell her about it.
I'm telling her, man.
That's right.
We have to stick together, Ken.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
My brother here.
Okay, you can speak with your brother.
All right.
Yeah, we have points. This is good.
When they made this Big Brother, they broke the mold.
I think maybe he was switched at birth and the Rockefellers have our kid.
Let's hear it for America's funniest favorite son.
Let's fall in love.
He's not a normal boy.
That's right, there's only one Alex P. Keaton.
Oh, brother.
Now you can see Michael J. Fox 5 times a week as the Keatons' #1 son.
Hey, Fonzie.
On Family Ties.
The Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Mental Retardation is looking for people in West Tennessee interested in becoming foster parents to mentally retarded children and adults. Mentally retarded individuals are just like us, with various personalities and skills. One thing is true, they do learn at a slower rate and need more intensive training. If you live in West Tennessee, are at least 21 years of age, and enjoy teaching and caring for others, you can qualify to become a developmental foster parent. For more information, contact the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Mental Retardation.
Coach Major said as the show got underway that the pressure was on Tennessee's offense to maintain ball control and keep Washington State off the field. It hasn't happened. Tennessee has had the ball 3 downs and punted. We're set to now move into the second quarter of the football game. Washington State leading Tennessee by a score of 14-0. And State will once more have the ball after a volunteer punt. This at the 48-yard line of the Cougars. The score 14-0. Rosenball being pressured, throws it, and it is incomplete, and a penalty marker is down, and it's going to be ruled that State intentionally grounded the ball on that pass. A loss of down is indicated by the official with 2 hands behind the head, and so it will be 4th and 19, and into punt for the first time for Washington State is Myers. The punt is away, and back for Tennessee. This will be Thomas Woods. Woods makes the reception, gets a block, gets another block, goes to the far side, looking for running room, cuts back to the middle. He explodes, breaks into the open at midfield, and this will be Thomas Woods to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Give him 6. Touchdown, Big Orange.
Well, a fantastic play and run by Thomas Woods right here. John, there's 3 blocks that are very, very good right here. The first one coming right here by Preston Warren. Then you got Sean Walker shielding the man right here. Then Houston Thomas coming through on the final block right here. Then Thomas gets the outside, cuts back inside, picks up a little help right here from Tracy Hayworth on the last guy, and we gets it on into the end zone.
So Thomas Woods returns the punt 82 yards, the first punt run back for a touchdown for Tennessee since 1981 when Willie Gault hauled one back against Ole Miss. And Tennessee has the score 14-6. as the extra point is up and good. And so it's 14-7. Tennessee pulls within 7 points. Washington State taking the kickoff, moving with the ball out to the 47-yard line and carrying the ball on the keeper this time. This is Rosenball circling the left side, knocked down by Treese after a gain of 16 yards. Swinton back in as the running back, carries through the left side, 6-yard pickup, down to the Volunteer 30-yard line. It's 2nd down and 4, 14-7. Broussard back in as the running back. He gets running room through the right side for 14 yards as the diversified offensive Washington State is moving straight down the field. 1st down, 10 at the 16. Rosenball with time. The pass is complete. Touchdown to Wood.
Well, a really nice play right here. You can see the Washington State offense. They run no backs in the backfield. Rosenball just sits back in the pocket, has all day, and finds a guy coming across the middle.
And it's Victor Wood for the touchdown, and for the extra point, it's Hanson. And so Tennessee's 7 points on the 82-yard punt return by Thomas Woods neutralized by the drive of Washington State. It's 21-7. Tennessee receives the kickoff, unable to move. Once more, the punt by Elmore. And this time it's received and returned by Wood. 37 yards on the punt, 5 yards on the return to the State 48-yard line, where it's 1st down 10 for the Cougars. Rosenball. Pass complete. The tight end Wellsant. Knocked down by Warren. 17-yard pickup, 1st down 10 to go at the Volunteer 35-yard line. See the wide receiver spread all over the field, and here's Washington State running with Broussard through the left side, knocked down by Walker after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line. 21-7 in favor of Washington State in the 2nd quarter. The delay, they give this time to Broussard. Change that. Swinton in there running this time for a gain of 4 at the 26. State leading. And on the sneak for the first, this is Rosenball. Tackled by Casey Rogers, but not until he picks up the 1st down at the 22. Off play action. The pass is incomplete, intended for Olson. Nelson and Lincoln defend for Tennessee. 2nd down 10 at the 22. The quarterback draw. Rosenball got 9 yards this time. It's 3rd down and 1 at the Volunteer 13. Broussard cuts back. Touchdown Cougars. Broussard scores, and State builds its lead to 27-7.
Well, a really nice run by this impressive running back right here. Starts left side, cuts it back into the middle, puts on a burst of speed right there, puts his shoulder down, and gets it into the end zone.
So Washington State leads Tennessee midway in the 2nd quarter as Hanson is on for his 4th conversion, and it's 28-7 in favor of the Cougars. And Washington State has, as we said, a very creative, imaginative, sophisticated offense.
Well, they certainly do. Coming into the game, they were ranked 2nd in the nation statistically with their offense. Their offense is a type of offense that is designed to make football teams defend. They have receivers spread all out over the field. They'll take a back and run him out of the backfield where they have no backs. You think they're going to pass, then here they come with a quarterback draw. Very imaginative. They make a defense defend, and it's a very, very creative offense.
And it's been very tough for Tennessee's defense, trailing here by 28-7. There's more to come in the 1st half, and we'll be taking a look at it in just a moment.
On the CBS Late Movie.
If you can't sleep, there may be a physical cause.
Slight chance of rain in the forecast today. The outlook is partly cloudy, 20% chance for showers.
St. Mary's Sleep Disorder Center uses advanced techniques to diagnose and treat chronic sleep problems. Ask your doctor or call St. Mary's, the Sleep Center. Another way we're caring for you at St. Mary's Medical Center, Knoxville.
The Energy Guide on every appliance says it all. These are U.S. government tests, comparing water heater utility bills.
Electric, gas, electric, gas.
In Tennessee, gas can save you up to $200 a year over the same size electric water heater. The Impartial Energy Guide says it all.
Electric, gas. Electric, gas.
Natural gas.
This is it, the world's greatest football machine, the Ball Van. And you could win it free from the world's greatest snack food company, Golden Flake. To enter, go by any place Golden Flake snacks are sold. Pick up your entry form and mail it in to the address on the back. Then one of you will win this world's greatest football machine, the Ball Van. And you know what I always say.
One base and you're stuck on Golden Flake.
Okay, listen up. Oakley Hill's filling in for Ball tonight.
For 3 years, Bill Oakley took orders. But tonight, he's got to stand up and take charge.
You make America work.
Here's to you, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood-aged Budweiser. For all the guys who know it's not what you say, but what you do.
Washington State leads Tennessee by a score of 28-7. The Cougars are for real. They opened their season winning on the road at Illinois, scoring 44 points. Illinois, yesterday, won over Ohio State, a team which just 1 week ago beat LSU. Washington State is indeed a great offensive football team. We'll see more here as the second quarter is set to get underway. And as we pick up the action, the Volunteers have the ball, and it's Francis at quarterback who's gone all the way. As Washington State lines up in its defensive alignment, Tennessee adjusting the call at the line of scrimmage. On 4th down and 4, Tennessee's going to go for the first down. A stumble by Francis. He maneuvers out to the right side, throws the ball downfield. It is intercepted by Washington State. There is a penalty marker down on the play. And our judgment is that it is actually no play, illegal procedure against Tennessee, the infraction occurring before the ball was snapped. So though the pass was intercepted, Tennessee has a 4th down after the 5-yard penalty. Actually, Tennessee then takes another 5-yard penalty for delay of game. And Andy Kelly pooching the punt. It goes into the end zone. And so Washington State has it first down 10 at the 20-yard line. And here comes Broussard again. And Broussard this time comes skipping forward for 13 yards to the 33. It's first down and 10. State leading 28-7 at its 33-yard line. Play action. Rosenball all day, waiting, wandering, flipping, complete. Pulled down this time by Swinton, and Swinton tacks on 22 yards to make it first down and 10 at the Volunteer 45. State 28, Tennessee 7. Rosenball looking downfield. Wimberly, touchdown Washington State. 45 yards from Rosenball to Wimberly. And here will be Hansen to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. So that's 5 for 5 and the extra points for Hansen, who is now 19 of 20 on the year. And Tennessee has the ball after taking the kickoff, trailing 35-7 in the first half. Francis across the middle, complete. That's Nate Middlebrooks making the catch as the tight end from Chattanooga picks up 24 yards.
Nice grab by Nate. We're getting into our 2-minute offense. We got 3 receivers and a tight end. Jeff looks left side, comes back to the right, finds Nate running up the hash marks, and hits him with the ball.
Tennessee will have the ball 2 minutes or less to go in the first half of the game. First down and 10 at the State 34-yard line. Francis' pass this time is incomplete, intended to Rollins. Olapate is there defending. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 34. Francis, diving grab, complete this time to Rollins. A gain of 7. It's 3rd and 3. Tennessee lining up quickly, fighting this defense and also the clock. There's the stunt, but there's the pass. There's the catch complete. Middlebrooks makes the grab, is knocked out of bounds by Landrum. 11 yards on the pickup to the 16-yard line, where it's first down and 10 for Tennessee. Trailing 35-7. Francis, complete. Alvin Harper makes the catch and steps out of bounds. 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4 at the 6. Francis dropped for a loss of 2 yards on the play, converging Weber and Olapate. So it's 3rd and 6 as the pass is incomplete, but there's the penalty markers flying. And it will be ruled that Washington State defending Harper a little too aggressively before the ball got there. And so the penalty against State gives Tennessee a first down at the 2-yard line. It's first and goal, Tennessee. All of this taking place with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. This is Reggie Cobb trying the right side of the line. There's nothing there as Holmes makes the stop. Tennessee out of the power I, overpowered by the defense of the Cougars. Second down goal. 34 seconds left in the first half of the game as Tennessee floods the left side. Here comes Francis looking, throwing, touchdown, Big Orange, Alvin Harper.
John, you said it right. We were trying to flood the left side of the defense. You can see we bring a receiver from the right side across to the left. We roll to the left side. It ends up being zone coverage right here. Jeff can't find anything outside, looks inside and finds Alvin Harper right there for the catch.
And so Tennessee does, in fact, get on the scoreboard, and here's Adam Epstein, straight-ahead kicker, kicking the ball straight through the uprights. The first half comes to a close with Washington State leading the Volunteers comfortably 35-14. An impressive display of offense.
Well, it certainly is. And again, they make a defense defend, which is truly what we're having to do at this point. Very impressive. Our offense in the first half was not able to sustain any drives or first downs to keep that offense off the field. So as a result, our defense had a lot of pressure on it, a lot of young guys, and it has showed.
And for Washington State, of course, a quarterback who's experienced, has that great release, had good protection behind a big offensive line that 290, 289, 262, 290, 278 across the front. Big, strong, tall. Tennessee in trouble at halftime, obviously. We'll be visiting with Coach Johnny Majors at halftime coming up in just a moment.
Kent Chevrolet, Pontiac, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge right here in Selmer has the finest selection of new and used cars in West Tennessee. Here at Kent, you'll find great selections like this late model Chevrolet Custom Deluxe pickup. Or if your tastes are more on the luxury side, then look at this beautiful late model Silverado. Whatever you're looking for in new or used vehicles, come on down to Kent Chevrolet right here in Selmer, Tennessee, because it makes good sense to trade with Kent.
I'm a school principal. I see the new ones and the smallest ones come in the door every year, all wide-eyed over this new adventure called learning. But some children already have a head start on others. Why? Because they know more words. And the day they begin first grade, some of these kids know 4 times as many words as their classmates. You see, before children can learn to read words, they have to hear words. And the more language they understand when they start school, the easier they learn to read in school. So parents, give your child the best possible start on learning. Read aloud to your little one. A good children's story is best, but newspapers, magazines, and even street signs are okay, as long as what you are reading makes sense to your child. Words, the basis for all learning. Use plenty of them every day with your youngster.
This message is brought to you by your elementary school principal.
Dear Oprah, it's all your fault. I've lost 121 pounds, and it's all because of you. Be careful. Your audience is getting smaller.
Because of me? Girlfriend, I have been there. I'm still there fighting this everlasting battle.
Oprah Winfrey. She doesn't just speak her mind. She opens her heart.
Keep off the good work, Oprah.
It's halftime. Washington State's offense, the second-ranking offense in the nation, has been every bit of that in this game. They lead by a score of 35-14. Tennessee did score late in the game in the first half to get it down to 21 points. What do you talk to your team about at halftime?
Well, talk about the positive and also talk real facts and real life to them, because you can't fool young men very long. They're always looking for something, to bring them up and give them an uplift. And talk about, the kicking game was still an area that we had to win if we're going to win it. And an example of the punt return for a touchdown got us at least back momentarily into the game early. And about the good drive at the end of the half, it was a very good drive by our offense. We'd stopped ourselves on the other good drive that we'd had by just a simple snap from center. That's bad. that could help close the gap to 14 points. I said, this team, if they have to, is going to move the ball. But who knows, we may intercept a pass, break to the ball correctly, cause a fumble, and our offense is moving the ball a little bit better now, so we've got a long way to go. But the only way you got a chance to win, get back in the ball game, is to not quit and to fight hard and play every play as hard as you know how to play.
So Washington State leads comfortably at halftime. We'll have more coming up in just a moment.
The best-selling truck line in America. The best-built American trucks. Ford and your Ford dealers are #1 for one good reason. Value.
Winning the world over.
Like up to $750 cash back combined with free factory air conditioning. A winning combination. A golden opportunity.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
At First American, banking is a business of people helping and understanding other people.
I feel at home at First American. The warmth that they give you when you walk into the bank and the readiness to answer your questions makes me feel good about coming into the bank. I don't feel self-conscious about coming to ask them questions. It doesn't embarrass me to say, look, I don't understand this, and that's neat.
Comfort. Natural gas home heating means warm air comfort, floor to ceiling. Dependability. A natural gas home heating system is practically maintenance-free. Economy. High-efficiency natural gas heat means much lower utility bills than the electric heat pump, especially when you add gas water heating. Compare before you buy. Comfort, dependability, economy, natural gas.
When you were a little girl, didn't you have an imaginary playmate, a secret friend when you were lonely or when things weren't just right? A lot of us did, and still do today. Only now it's a drink or a pill or both together. When these friends are hurting you more than the loneliness that brought them, call St. Mary's Addiction Treatment Unit. You'll meet a lot more women like you, and you can get reacquainted with the best real friend you've got in the world, yourself. Another way St. Mary's is caring for you.
John, like Coach Major said, at halftime with a score 35-14, you have to touch on the positives. So far, the positives on offense has been our passing game and the ability to get some yardage passing and to make some first downs that way. We have to come out in the second half, down 21 points, trying to throw the ball and to catch up with the big play.
And we'll be taking a look right now as we're set to begin the second half of this football game. It's Washington State's turn to receive the kickoff, which it does, and we pick up the action with State in possession, first down 10 at the Volunteer 44-yard line, and here comes State throwing. Once more this time, the controlled passing game, Rosenbaugh to Broussard for a pickup of 8 and a first down at the Volunteer 30-yard line. Through the left side of the line, cracking free, this will be Swinton, and Swinton is butted out of bounds, but not until he dances 29 yards. It's first down and goal at the 1-yard line.
John, just when you think they're going to pass, here they come with a counter sweep to the weak side to the tight end. Kick out Keith DeLong, and they make a move on the safety right here, and he sprints up the sidelines, and then Tony Nelson comes over and makes a saving tackle before he gets in the end zone.
Barely, and so it will be first down and goal for Washington State, and Rosenbaugh keeps, sneaks, scores. Washington State uses less than 2 minutes to get on the scoreboard again. It's 41-14. Make that 42-14 on the extra point by Hansen. 67 yards on that drive, and Tennessee will be receiving the kickoff. And the Volunteers bring the ball back to the 17-yard line. Jeff Francis at quarterback as Tennessee once again begins on offense. The pass is complete. Rollins makes the catch. Knocked down by Landrum. There's a penalty against Washington State, an infraction actually. The penalty is declined, and Tennessee's got it first down at the 29-yard line. 42-14. Tennessee, as Darrell Dickey and Coach Majors said, having to pass here, and that one is incomplete. Intended for Cleveland. It's second down 10. Francis with protection in the flat. Complete. Taken this time by Rollins again for a 7-yard pickup. It's third down 3 at the 36-yard line. Tennessee with a wing back to the left side, as you see. The pass is caught. This will be a first down as Harper makes the catch, knocked out of bounds by Noble. In this game, Alvin Harper had 12 pass catches. That's a new record in a single game for Tennessee. Francis. Long pass looking for Harper. It's up for grabs, and it is incomplete. That was Noble defending as Tennessee goes with a fly route down the far left side or east sideline, heading toward the south end of the football field. On second down, Francis connects this time across the middle. It's pulled down by Lee Wood. 15-yard gain, first down, 10 to go at the 43-yard line. Lee Wood making the catch, a walk-on receiver for Tennessee. This will be Poles, and Poles on the screen, rambles forward for another first down. It's a 20-yard pickup.
Yeah, it's a nice execution right here. We catch him in a defend defense on 1st and 10. Right here, we screen to the right side, run a back out motion to the weak side, and then we screen back to the other side. Rowland catches the ball, turns inside like you'd like to do on a screen, sprints straight ahead, puts his shoulders down right here, and gets a few more extra yards.
And beautiful, beautiful camera work by our UTV crew on that one as Tennessee's got it first down and 10 at the 23. Francis deflected, caught by Tennessee's T.D. Woods.
Boy, a dangerous play by Jeff right here, but really good reaction by Thomas coming up with the ball. A little quick game to the left-hand side. Strong safety reacts up, gets a hand up on the ball, but Thomas keeps his concentration up and comes up with the football.
And so Tennessee picks up 5 yards on the play to the 18-yard line. It's second down and 5. 42-14 is the score. Pass complete. That's Harper again on the catch. 9 yards and a first down at the 9. So both teams back and forth, a lot of offense. More on the side of the Cougars, of course, leading comfortably. Francis in trouble. Incomplete is the ruling as he started with the arm movement forward, and his arm was hit by the oncoming Metcalf, and it's incomplete. Francis again. In the flat to Cleveland, it's incomplete. So Tennessee's faced with third down and goal at the 9. 42-14, third period of this game at Knoxville. The ball's flooding the right side, rolling out here, looking for somebody in the end zone is Francis. Running out of room, throws the ball. It is incomplete. Number 1, Vincent Moore had a chance at the reception, but it's incomplete, and so Tennessee gets Adam Epstein into the game to attempt a 26-yard field goal, which is good. And so the score is now 42-17 in favor of Washington State. The Cougars score 10 more points, and so Tennessee is trailing 52-17 as we return to action near the end of the third quarter with the ball at the state 25-yard line. Tennessee with the ball, and in at quarterback for Tennessee now, redshirt freshman Andy Kelly from Ray County, Dayton, Tennessee, and this time the pitch goes to Denson, and Denson the tailback carry.
Yeah, nice job by Keith right here. We had quick motion again, sweep left. Keith gets cuts inside from outside play and makes a few extra yards on his own.
So Tennessee has the ball first down and 10 at the 17. Kelly to throw, and he's ripped down. The sack by Downing, a loss of 2 on the play. 5 sacks in this game by Washington State's big defensive line. Pass this time complete. The catch is made to Adams, the tight end, who had the touchdown, of course, earlier this year against LSU. Knocked out of bounds after an 8-yard gain. 3rd and 4. The pitch will be to Denson at the right side. Nice forward. As the third quarter comes to a close, we'll stay right here with this drive as Tennessee will have the ball. 4th down and goal at the 2, now heading toward the north end of the football field. Pitch will be Reggie Cobb. Gets a block, turns upfield, drives, give it to him. Touchdown, Big Orange.
Well, nice execution on the sweep. Again, we have quick motion by the fullback. You see him leave the picture right there. Turning pitch to Reggie going to the left side. Rolling poles, the fullback kicks out the outside guy. Reggie makes it on his own the rest of the way.
And Reggie Cobb scores for the Volunteers, who are on the scoreboard. And the first play of the fourth quarter, here's Epstein for the extra point. It's up and it's good. And there you see the score as Washington State leads Tennessee by a score of 52-24. The fourth period still ahead. Tennessee's got a lot of room to make up.
Well, they certainly do. And what has happened is we haven't made the big play happen like we wanted to. Jeff got a little shaken up. Andy came in, sustained a drive. We got a touchdown out of it, but it's a little too much, too little, too late.
So we'll see what happens in the remaining portion of this football game coming up in just a moment.
Kent Chevrolet, Pontiac, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge right here in Selmer has the finest selection of new and used cars in West Tennessee. Here at Kent, you'll find great selections like this late model Chevrolet Custom Deluxe pickup. Or if your tastes are more on the luxury side, then look at this beautiful late model Silverado. Whatever you're looking for in new or used vehicles, come on down to Kent Chevrolet right here in Selmer, Tennessee, because it makes good sense to trade with Kent.
We at Modern Office Systems are dedicated to giving you, our customers, the most up-to-date quality products and services available.
If you need a better memory, try the new IBM Willwriter 30 Series 2 typewriter. It has enough memory to store 14 pages and expands to 30 pages. An optional diskette drive will help you even more. Remember, there's a full 80-character display and a dictionary to help you with typos and spelling mistakes. Come in today for a demonstration.
And as always at Modern Office Systems, we service what we sell.
This big brother, they broke the mold.
I think maybe he was switched at birth and the Rockefellers have our kid.
Let's hear it for America's funniest favorite son.
Let's fall in love.
He's not a normal boy.
That's right. There's only one Alex P. Keaton.
Oh, brother.
Now you can see Michael J. Fox 5 times a week as the Keaton's #1 son.
Hey, Fonzie.
On Family Ties.
Part of the football game, the Volunteers kick off, and Washington State has the football. And here's the handoff going to Swinton. He's hit, fumbles the ball, and Tennessee is recovered.
Well, this is the kind of break we needed, but a little bit earlier, I think, in the ball game. Right here is a good play by our defense coming in and swarming through the ball, getting a hand in, stripping the ball out like you're supposed to do late in the game when you're behind, and then recovering the fumble.
It's Walker on the hit. Lincoln recovers, and so Tennessee has the ball at the 17-yard line of Washington State, trailing 52-24. Andy Kelly getting playing time, back to look. The quarterback sets and throws the ball. It's complete. The catch is made by Harper, who, as we said, passed Johnny Mills, Gary Chris, and Larry Sievers, each of whom had caught 11 passes in a game. Now that was the 12th catch, or Harper makes 12 catches in this game. And here comes Denson blasting up the middle for a gain of 6 yards. So Tennessee moving deeper and deeper into Washington State territory. The little delay, and Denson is knocked down by Brown for no gain on the play. It will be 2nd down and goal at the 6. 52-24, State leading. Kelly in trouble, will be ripped down for the loss of a yard by O'Neill and Gray. 3rd and goal. Now at the 7-yard line. The ball's flooding the left side. Play worked earlier. Kelly finds nobody open, and he is sacked. Metcalf and Cook team up. So Tennessee will go for the field goal. And here's Adam Epstein in to attempt a 31-yard field goal that is up, and it is no good, and Washington State wins over Tennessee. So the final score is written on the scoreboard with Washington State registering its 3rd victory on the road, first over Illinois, then Minnesota, now Tennessee. Final score 52-24. Coach Johnny Majors, final reflections on the play of Washington State and your team in this game.
Well, I guess it's always easy to say you're beaten by a real good football team, and that maybe is an easy way out, but I think we were beaten by a very good football team. They lost 1 game to Oregon, and Oregon is undefeated, and Oregon beat a very good Stanford team that barely lost to Southern California. The point is, they had a lot of stuff. They had They had 9 returning starters on offense coming back. They're big, they're powerful. They have an excellent quarterback, good tailback, good receiving. The defense was big, strong, and quick, and very nasty and aggressive. They didn't have a great kicking game, but I think they're a real good football team. And our football team has faced, frankly, more than we could bite off the first 5 weeks. We're young. We have, I hope, a good future ahead of us. Right now, we've got to try to get ready for the next one. That's against Alabama.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. We'll have an open date. We will not be here next week because Tennessee will not be playing next Saturday. The next game is, in fact, against Alabama in Knoxville. Let's talk first about what your team and the coaching staff will do during the next fortnight.
Well, we're going to give the team off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And they'll watch the film Tuesday afternoon and go back to practice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Give the weekend off. They need a break. We played teams that had rest before us, Washington State, Auburn, and LSU. They need a respite. And try to evaluate, assess, see anything we can to try to help us be a better football team, because I was awful pleased with our attitude last week. But we were beaten by a good football team, and we're not very good right now, but we hope can get better.
And it's Alabama coming in, a come-from-behind victory over Kentucky has to spur them on. That will be a very, very severe test for Tennessee.
Well, we're coming off a demoralizing loss, and Alabama's coming off of a conference-building win after they'd suffered some adversity, losing Bobby Humphrey and the good defensive back, Gene Jelks, the defensive back. And when you win like that, it virtually sounds like a miracle to me. So they'll be probably sky high when they come in here. But the Alabama-Tennessee game, a lot of things can happen.
There may be another miracle around.
Let's hope so.
We'll see you coming up in just a moment. This is John Ward with a word about Tennessee's #1 meat, beef. From steaks for 2 or more to a pit barbecue for a crowd, cookouts that feature beef are always a favorite. A slow charcoal fire cooks beef to its most flavorful, tender and juicy best. It's rich in protein and minerals, and leaner cuts are now available for the calorie-conscious shopper. Beef, good news for Tennesseans who eat. This message brought to you by the 74,000 proud cattle producers in Tennessee.
Train number 12, now entering the station.
Okay, this is up. Excuse me, Bud. Hey, watch it, Bud. That seat taken? No, go ahead, Bud. Hey, hold the door.
Introducing Budweiser Long Necks to Go. Now in handy 12 and 6-packs.
Are you done with that paper?
Flight 12 now boarding.
Come on, Bud. Want a window or an eye? Window, Bud. Excuse me, Bud. Hey, just the overhead. Not smoking, Bud. Just a dinner flight.
Introducing Budweiser Long Necks to Go. Now in handy 12
Hey, check out the window. Commuter flight.
and 6-packs.
You can eat those peanuts?
With so many banks around, why choose First American? Well, thousands of Tennesseans do. They like our convenience, our service, and the fact that we're a Tennessee bank. At every First American office, you'll find us dedicated to one thing: outstanding personal service. If your bank offers you less, I invite you to consider First American, where you'll find that banking is still a people business.
Nice putt, kid. There are many great golfers in the Southeast. October 2nd through the 4th at Holston Hills Country Club, you can catch some of the rising young stars of collegiate golf in the inaugural University of Tennessee Tournament of Champions. Sponsored by First National Bank of Knoxville, Knoxville Pepsi, and WIVK. Hope to see you at Holston Hills, October 2nd through 4th.
I taught him everything he knows.
All right. With redshirt quarterback Andy Kelly now, and Andy, although you don't like to be in this situation where you come in after Tennessee's already pretty much out of the ball game, but it's a good time for you to get some experience out there, and it looked like you had things well in hand. You did some pretty good things out there.
Well, I'd much rather be going in when we're way ahead and way behind, but as far as me getting playing time, I'll take what I can get, whether we're behind or ahead or tied or whatever. I thought I did some good things out there. I still did some dumb things and some mistakes that I've got to work on. But overall, personally, I've got to get better, and the whole team just has to get better.
More good game experience for you, and along the way, you helped Alvin Harper accomplish something no other Tennessee receiver has ever done, and that's the number of completions he had today, 12. against Washington State?
Well, he did a fine job. He made a couple of great catches. He almost made a great catch that I threw. He ought to kick me in the butt for throwing it that high, but he's a real good receiver. And he does things right, and he gets the job done.
Things not going right for Tennessee overall, but you personally put a little ink in the record book today. You set a new Tennessee mark for number of completions in a game, and I'm sure it would have felt a little better if it was on a winning note.
Yeah, it would have felt a little better. Would have won, but, you know, I just caught the passes that were thrown to me, and, you know, it happened. It had to happen.
With sophomore defensive back Preston Warren now, and Preston, you got to say a lot of things for Washington State. They came in here and racked up over 600 yards of offense against Tennessee. They've got a talented offense.
True, they did. They came out and they threw the ball very well. And it was obvious that they were ready to play today, and they came out and we knew that they were going to come out and throw the ball very well. They lined up in 3 wide most of the ball game, and quarterback was on the money. Receivers were catching the ball and turning it upfield very well for them.
A lot of strange sets for the Washington State offense. Was it some things you haven't seen before, or were you ready for them going into it? It's just they performed them so well that it was very tough to defend against.
Well, they came out, and we knew they were going to come out in 3 wides most of the ball game and throw the ball most of the ball game. And that's their team. They should know their offense very well, and they did, and they played very well today.
With offensive lineman Eric Still now, and Eric, another situation where it looked like Washington State came in here with some real mooses up front, and again, some of the inexperienced linemen on the Tennessee offensive line had a tough time holding them out.
Yeah, Washington State, you know, they're an excellent team, and along with what they do a lot of twists and stunts, and I think most of the time we picked it up pretty good, but you know, we don't see that every week, and I think it threw us off a little bit, you know, when you mentioned the inexperience, but I think on the positive side, I think we battled them, you know, and I think we had some good drives, but we just didn't get it in, you know, enough times.
And you really have to look at some of the positives after a game like this. Tennessee off to its worst start in history, and I'm sure that's something that in the back of your mind is really haunting you. But some of the younger guys getting some good experience, and that's got to help down the road.
Yeah, well, with the lack of depth, you know, we're getting some young people in, and you know, like you said, that'll help us down the road, and. You know, but I think, you know, we're going to go out next week and try to get that first one under our belts, you know, and, you know, but we had a lot of enthusiasm, you know. I don't think this team has given up yet. You know, we go out every week knowing that we got a chance, and I think we can build on that.
What's going through your mind when you see that ball end over end coming to you about the 2-yard line and you see those guys coming down on you? You dance around, but at the same time, you've got that acceleration to get upfield and make some things happen. You average probably close to 25 or 30 yards a return today.
But basically, you know, when they kick the ball, I know they're coming down there to, you know, to attack me, so I want to catch the ball and attack them, you know. When I say attack, I want to attack and just go for the end zone and, you know, get good yardage for Jeff Francis to operate. And I say, you know, when they kick the ball, you know, it's my job just to do, you know, get our offense, you know, good field position and go from there.
With wide receiver and punt returner T.D. Woods, and once again, you got into the end zone with some elite company. Now, Willie Gault was the last guy to return a punt for a touchdown. That was way back in '81. Tennessee finally got another one in. It was a beautiful, beautiful play. Go through it again in your...
Well, we knew coming in the game, they had a weak coverage on their punt team coming down. And we knew some areas that we can hit on them. But the right return, which we did, it was really set up that Preston, I was cutting off his block, and happened he got a great block for me. I just broke off his block. Then I was just streaking down the sideline. I just cut back to my left, and I was free.
So the Tennessee Vols drop to 0-5 on the season. We'll be back with more Big Orange Sunday with John Ward and Daryl Dickey right after this.
AT&T introduces a new long-distance package for people who love to keep in touch. Heavy, isn't it? Announcing the new Reach Out America, an innovative long-distance package from AT&T. Look inside. You'll find it's packed with savings opportunities around the clock, 24 hours a day. That's because for just $9.60 a month, you get a full hour of calls all across the U.S. on weekends and nights. So you can call Alaska for a full hour or all the way to Hawaii. And the hour is always one low price. But don't order yet. We've packed in a lot more. Weekdays, you get 5% off your AT&T long-distance calls. You also get 15% off your evening calls. And if you order today, you'll save the $10 order processing charge. It's a limited offer you shouldn't let get away. Hey, nice catch. So order Reach Out America. It's packed with savings opportunities around the clock, 24 hours a day. which makes it easier than ever to call loved ones in the next state or clear across the country. To get your package, call 1-800, call 1-800, call 1-800-346-3311. For just $9.60 a month, you'll get a full hour of calls all across the country on weekends and nights. You'll also get 5% off your AT&T long-distance calls during the day and 15% off your evening calls. Better yet, order your package now and save the $10 order processing charge. It's a limited offer you shouldn't let get away. Call 1-800-346-3311 and get the AT&T package that offers savings opportunities 24 hours a day. Get Reach Out America. You've never seen a package like it before.
So at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Washington State wins over Tennessee by a score of 52-24. And that was a key moment for Tennessee fans and Washington State Cougar fans as well in the Southeastern Conference. Let's see what else happened in the Southeastern Conference, as there were some important games played in SEC action this past Saturday. There you see one of them, Florida winning over LSU, something of a surprise to me, Darrell.
Big win for the Gators down in Gainesville.
Emmitt Smith with 132 yards. Then Georgia, coming from behind, wins over Mississippi 36-12, still unbeaten in conference play.
Tim Worley again had another big day.
Auburn out of the conference, winning over North Carolina. Duke and Vanderbilt, two offensive-minded teams, and Duke wins as Vanderbilt came close but simply didn't get the last-second field goal. And in the other Southeastern Conference games, this was Mississippi State being beaten by Memphis State, a future Vol opponent, and Tennessee's next opponent, great comeback by the Tide over Kentucky, winning 31-27. And Alabama will be Tennessee's next opponent. Coming up this week in Southeastern Conference play, Ole Miss at Alabama. Auburn will be playing at LSU. Memphis State at Florida. Vanderbilt at Georgia. Important conference games there. And then, of course, Darrell Dickey, Tennessee, an open date, then Alabama.
That's right, John. Tennessee, Alabama. What a great tradition game this has been, and certainly our kids are looking forward to it. Eric Steele said our kids haven't given up, and we're not going to now.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Till then, for Darrell Dickey, this is John Wood saying so long, everyone.
Sunday has been brought to you by Budweiser, proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. This Bud's for you. By the Big Orange Ford dealers of Tennessee, where you can get America's best-built, best-selling cars and trucks. By St. Mary's Medical Center in Knoxville, caring for you anytime with total health care. By the natural gas utilities and pipeline companies throughout Tennessee. And by First American, Tennessee's bank, where banking is still a people business.
Big Orange Sunday, brought to you in part by Modern Office Systems, Auto Bumpers Incorporated, and by Kent Chevrolet.
You've heard more Americans get their news from ABC News. You know Peter Jennings was chosen best in the business by the Washington Journalism Review.
1 minute to air. 1 minute.
If you're not watching ABC News, you should be.
Sally, got a great idea.
Peter Jennings, weeknights on ABC's World News Tonight.
Network presents The Johnny Majors Show with your host, the head football coach of the University of Tennessee, Johnny Majors, and the voice of the Vols, John Ward. Brought to you by Budweiser, proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. This Bud's for you. By the Big Orange Ford Dealers of Tennessee, where you can get America's best-built, best-selling cars and trucks. By St. Mary's Medical Center in Knoxville, caring for you anytime with total health care. By Golden Flake Snack Foods, one taste and you're stuck on Golden Flake. And by First American, Tennessee's Bank, where banking is still a people business.
The Johnny Majors Show, brought to you by Kent Chevrolet, Mitchell's Body Shop, Auto Bumpers Incorporated, and Modern Office Systems.
Train number 12 now entering the station.
Okay, this is up. Excuse me, Bud. Hey, watch it, Bud. That seat taken? No, go ahead, Bud. Hey, hold the door. Out of here.
Introducing Budweiser Long Necks to Go. Now in handy 12 and 6-packs.
You done with that paper?
Flight 12 now boarding.
Come on, Bud. Not a window or an aisle? Window, Bud. Excuse me, Bud. Hey, this is the overhead. Not smoking, Bud. Just a dinner flight.
Introducing Budweiser Long Necks to Go. Now in handy 12
Hey, check out the window. Commuter flight.
and 6-packs.
You can eat those peanuts?
For 2 generations, Mitchell's Body Shop has had an excellent reputation in the Jackson-Madison County area. It's meant quality, professional service. Mitchell's Body Shop has state-of-the-art equipment and, of course, knowledge. Just what it takes to work on today's modern cars. Mitchell's Body Shop offers the most advanced paint system in the area, baked on for a factory-like finish. Frame and alignment equipment to put your vehicle back to factory specifications. The tradition continues with quality, professional service at Mitchell's Body Shop on Riverport Drive, Jackson. A name you can count on.
Every year, the hungry receive billions of pounds of food. Yet millions still die of hunger and malnutrition. Obviously, giving food isn't enough. People also need the skills and equipment to feed themselves. So at CARE, we don't just give someone a meal. We keep that meal from being the last. CARE. We're helping people learn to live without us.
This week